the name of the company? It's not these Vic Mark people.
No, this is Carter and Son Tool Works. They're made in Seattle. What basically happened, Dad's a tool maker. He's been making tools for 45 years. His 9-year-old son says, Dad, I want a wood lathe. What do you want a wood lathe for? We're metal people. But I want to try it. I want to try it. Finally, they broke down, bought him a used Powermatic lathe. I know, it's wrong color. But, so he started turning. Dad, all I'm doing is sharpening. Can you make me something? So they did. And that 9-year-old kid is now 19. And, yes.
What kind of sharpening jigs and that do you use to sharpen those? Do you need anything special? Or?
No. They use a Wolverine jig when they sharpen them in the factory. Every one of them comes razor sharp when you get it. You pull it out of the tube, turn your lathe on, go to work. So any sharpening system that you use now will work on this. Vic Mark has just come out with a new sharpening system. I have a prototype in the garage. It came off the truck. I put it on the bench, and that's where it is. I haven't even tried using it yet. I'm really looking forward to it. I have used the Tormek system for about 10 years, and I think this is a step up. It's a 1 horsepower motor on it. It's made in Australia, so it's this one. The one I've got is actually a 50 hertz motor, and I'm talking to different electricians and electronic people. Yeah, it'll run about 10% faster. That's about the only difference. The speed on that grinder is 1430. The traditional slow-speed grinder in North America is 1725 RPM. They've put both CBM wheels on the same side. It comes with all the jigs, the angles, the holders, whatever. But with them both on the same side, you set your angles, you do your rough sharpening, your shaping, and then to go to the final one, you just move over 2 inches. So you don't have to reset and make sure that this one's identical to this so you get the same grind. It's going to be about $16.50. It's not a cheap system, but it's comparable to the Tormek system, the Tradesman grinder. Oh shoot, I forget. It's DC motor. It is not variable speed, but I'm really looking forward to trying this because I have used the CBN wheel, and the thing they tell me the CBN wheels, it's fast. And I can, on my Tormek, I can touch on my ball gouge in 2 minutes. So I'm just trying to figure out how fast it's going to take now.
With the conventional stone, can you get the same kind of grind like you're looking with the wheel? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're using the same techniques to sharpen, the same materials. And the Vic Mark grinder is just another way of doing it. It's not the only way. If you're using a Wolverine system with the stone wheels, the CBN wheel, it'll sharpen the same as the other. Before I started carrying the Carter and Son, I was using a Crown cryogenic tool for most of my bowls. And I found it harder to sharpen, but it gets dull quicker. I was doing something on spindles and I was using a Robert Sorby spindle gouge. And it was something, you know, we never get in a hurry, I know. But I need to sharpen the spindle gouge. I forget, I'm just going to go and grab one of the Carter and Son. And I put it on the lathe and it was, this feels right. It was that much of the difference. Holds the edge much longer, stays sharp, and works with the charm.
Can I talk about your purview?
Yep.
Dennis?
The other one, when I was looking for a dust collector, I started looking on the internet, blah, blah, blah. Found Bill Pence's website. And my first impression, boy, does this guy have a chip on his shoulder. And then I kept going back and I kept going back, and the more I read, nothing else makes sense. So this is my dust collector in my shop. I've had it for 5 years. Last fall, I decided, I should see how much dust is in the filters. So I hooked up the shop vac to the cleanout port on the bottom, capped off or shut all the blast gates, capped off the bottom of the barrel, turned the shop back on for 20 minutes, pounding the filters, knocking the dust out. And I got 2 tablespoons of dust after 5 years. Everything goes in the drum. I will have, when I'm sanding where the fine dust usually comes from, I will have dust come this far out of my lathe, turn around, and go back into the dust collector. We did a shop tour last fall. There was about 15 people from our guild in Calgary that came through my shop. Every single one of them said, "Where is your dust?" I said, "It's in the barrel where it belongs." And that's what I use. They have also built a mini cyclone that's sitting here in pieces, just sitting. When I was up in Cornell, where Vern is from, for their symposium, I had one set up. They do this one also without the pail, so you can put it on whatever you want. I had it on a 20-gallon metal drum. And so I took a shovel full of shavings, dust, paper towels, threw it on the floor. You hook that up to your shop vac. Your shop vac goes to the side port, and I cleaned this up. You could see the dust swirl through the plastic cyclone. Then we opened the shop vac. It was crystal clean inside. Everything goes into the drum. This one here comes with a 5-gallon pail. The plastic is a little heavier than a normal 5-gallon pail because a normal 5-gallon pail may collapse. Not certain, but they have videos of them. Yeah, 5-gallon pail will collapse. They also have pictures on the full-size one that a metal garbage can will collapse. And so I use a 45-gallon drum under mine. They have 2 versions of that one, 3 versions. There's they both run a 5-horsepower motor. The 1800, which is what I have, has a 15-inch impeller. It's 1,442 cubic feet per minute, but the velocity down the 6-inch pipe is 4,000 feet per minute. That's what keeps your pipes from plugging up. That's what keeps your velocity, your efficiency open. And that way, you have no dust in the pipes to catch fire.
Dave, do well.
The downpipe is 30,000 feet per minute. The other one, they call it the Max, has a 16-inch impeller, same velocity, 8-inch pipe, and you're running 1,930 CFMs. One other little thing. Yeah, go for it. Somebody said, we can't find a shop yet. Vernon had questions in Toronto. Where do we get a shop coat, a turning coat? So we made one. This is the prototype. I now have the fabric. The seamsters have the fabric. So we're taking orders on it. It's ripstop nylon. Short sleeve. It's got a pocket in the front. There's a pencil pocket in the sleeve. We're going to move the sleeve ahead a little bit so you don't have to reach quite so far. But you know how pockets fill with sawdust? This one you just open up and blow it out. We're also going to make the pencil pocket a little bit wider. It is vented under the sleeves and it is vented at the back. We can do custom sizes. We'll do the regular, medium, large, extra large, men's, ladies, we'll do that as well. But if you have a unique shape that you want something that'll fit you the right way, all we do is take some measurements and we can make your shop coat. If you order custom and they're making it for you, so it's not something we don't have in stock yet anyway, but if you want your name on it, that's included in the price. Anything else? Oh, the shop coat will be $110, and that will be mailed to you. It has some nice features in it. It's nylon. One of the comments I've heard on the cotton one, I got a brand new cotton turning coat. I turn the lathe on. It's dusty. This one's not going to. I know it's only looks, but you want to be dressed the best when you're doing the best. I've never said that before. Never. I have brochures that gives you some information, basic information on the Vic Mark, the Carter and Son. I have no information. I do have flyers on this, the 2 large cyclones. I've got more in the bag, there's only 2 here. The Clearview Cyclone is not on my website yet. Same reason I gotta hire somebody else to do that yet. But if you go to the Clearview website, you can also go through there and you can get their list of, I need 6-inch blast gates, 8-inch blast gates, 4-inch blast gates, 10s, whatever you need to put your unit together. The pricing that you have on there, basically, it's the exchange plus then freight, because we can ship that directly to you. So it doesn't make sense for me to ship it from South Carolina to Calgary, then out here to Oshawa, Toronto, Kingston, wherever you happen to be. So that'll cut down the freight costs on that as well. The piping, I have a supplier in Calgary that does spiral dust pipe. And don't go anything less than 22 gauge, it'll collapse. That's a vacuum pressure in there. You do need to make sure the system is airtight, because any place there's a leak, you lose efficiency. I have these pieces of paper, name, address, phone number. I appreciate you would fill this out. I'll bombard you with emails. My goal is to do one a month. So far this year I've done 3. So don't worry about having too much to read. If you'd like to pick something up, just write, we'll work with you, give you the numbers and stuff like that. We'll put the list on here, and then that's what I'll use to put your order together. That way, your spelling on the email, phone number, stuff like that, then I don't get it wrong. They're out here. If you would just like, hey, can I get an email once in a while, or someplace to ask for information, fill one of these out, and then we can keep in touch. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Good. You have questions you want to come up and touch and feel? If you want to pick one up, see what it feels like. The chucks, what the difference between 4 and 8.5 pounds is. And if you want to pinch your fingers in it, see how tight it gets, don't do it. Yes?
What city are you in Calgary?
I'm in Calgary.
You're in Calgary?
Yep. Right on the bottom end of the city if you're coming through the south side. Or if you come through the north side, you got to drive farther. But stop in and see me. I work out of the house. I have a lot of stuff at the house. The rest I have in the storage shed about 5 minutes.